the whole show. Yes. Come on. Come on. All right, that's enough of that. Thank you so much. Hello. Thank you so much for coming. How are we doing? Are we good? Very good. Ladies, give me a cheer. Okay. Fellas, give me a cheer. Trans people, give me a cheer. Yeah. All right. The rest of you, get ready to learn. Here we go. No, hello. Thank you so much for coming. This is Deadname. This is my debut show, my first ever hour-long show. Very exciting. Thank you. You haven't seen it yet. And basically, there's two kinds of shows that you're sort of allowed to do for a debut. Either you can do a show about your identity, about what makes you you, or you can do a show about quite a difficult relationship you had in your childhood, maybe a parent, that kind of thing. But then, over time, you grow and you realise, looking back deep down, you did love this person all along. And you want to go and tell that person that, but unfortunately, that person is now dead. Often called the Dead Dad Show. It's a classic. And I've known for quite a while which of those two shows I wanted to do. But actually, in April of last year, my own father, who I did have quite a tough relationship with, after 53, happy, healthy years, he actually celebrated his 54th birthday. So he's fine. Which means this is a show about being a trans woman. Hey! Very fun, very cool. Just so you know, trans woman, what that means, of course, is that I was born a man, but I am now interesting. You see how that works? Just quickest way of making that happen. A funny story, actually, the way that came about is I was actually bitten by a radioactive woman, and she gave me the power of listening. That's women for you. Good. No, it is a cool thing. People do have a lot of questions about the whole trans thing. Some of you might be sitting there with some questions of your own, and it is the same set of questions that I get over and over again. So what I quite like to do at the top of the show, just to make sure that everyone is on the same page, is just to read out for you the answers to all the questions, and then we get going with the comedy. So here we go. D. Okay. She, her. Oh. I don't know, Mum. Why don't you be a feminine man? Just, in case she's in. 34A. 34 double D. One day. And finally, if I absolutely had to say, the prisoner of Azkaban. All right, that's all the answers to all the questions. I'll give her that one. She nailed it. She really did. The time turner, that's pretty cool. That's pretty sick. But no, it is a fun thing to be trans. It's that's my thing. Every comedian needs a thing, something about them that's just kind of wrong with them, is the material, Jack Whitehall, posh, Frankie Boyle, Scottish, Jimmy Carr isn't real. Everyone's got something kind of sets them apart. And I think this is a good one to have because I get to be oppressed now. Hey! Very fun. If you're trying to work out whether or not you're oppressed, it's very easy. All you have to do is you take the word power and then you add that to an adjective that describes you. And if it sounds right, then you are oppressed. Okay? So trans power, oppressed. Black power, oppressed. Horsepower, it's a silly one. They don't have to be clever. But no, it is a fun thing to be. Obviously, I had to come out in all different areas of my life. I had to come out at work, which was quite tough. I had to go through all these internal office processes to get my name changed, that kind of thing, which meant coming out first of all to the HR lady. Now, I don't know if all of you are familiar with the HR lady. Wears a crucifix, ultimately godless woman. I I had to come out to her, and like she had a lot of questions, right? Not just like the classic questions that we've covered. She had questions that were insane. Like, for instance, I mentioned my girlfriend. I said, my girlfriend, she's been really supportive through this early part of my transition. And upon hearing this, something inside the HR lady's brain just fucking switched. And she was like, oh, a girlfriend? What? 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 What's her deal? So I just said, I don't know, she loves me. And she said, oh, how peculiar. So, thanks for that, Beverly. She then said something that I had genuinely never considered before. She said, so is your girlfriend going to, is your girlfriend going to transition as well? And the only thing that I think can possibly have been going through the HR lady's mind was this. Because literally what else would be possible? Fair play to her for trying. But no, I do have to come out in kind of every area of my life, like I have to come out on like public transport. Like, I got on a train the other day. It was on the way back from a gig, so it was quite late at night. There were quite a lot of drunk men on this train. And I sent a voice note to one of my friends, right? So one of the drunk men, like, he saw the lipstick, but then he heard the baritone. And he was like, something's up, spidey senses, etc. And this guy, he came up to me all glassy-eyed, this man, and he went, so, are you a bird or what? And like, I knew what he meant, so I said, well, I'm a trans woman. And he said, oh, that's cool. I fuck ghosts. As if that is an equally ridiculous type of person to be. So I said, great, and then I ran away with this man, all the while trying to look as little like a ghost as possible, which with this complexion is an issue, But I ran away from this creepy, drunk man, late at night, on public transport, actually feeling quite unsafe. And I thought to myself, wow, I really am a woman. I've really made it. Thank you so much. I feel so seen. I think that was the second toughest coming out I had to do to the ghost fucker. I think the toughest was to my mum. She really struggled. Like, her first response to me coming out was to ask, is this her fault? And I was just like, no, of course not. This is just who I am. And then she said, are you sure? Because when I was pregnant with you, I used to use the hot tub quite a lot. Do you think that could mean something? And I said, no, I'm trans, not poached. I think you're probably safe. Her next question was a much better one. Her next question was, well, how long have you known? And the answer to that is, I should have known a very, very long time ago. But actually the moment for me that all fell into place, that really clicked in my mind, was about 5-6 years ago. I had a dream where I was a woman, and everything in this dream just felt so right, in like a dimension that I didn't even know I could feel right in. And then I woke up, I was able to replicate that feeling in real life, which is amazing. And I told my mum this, and she was unimpressed. She said, honey, I often have dreams where I am flying. But that does not mean I am a plane. And I said, I'm not a plane, I'm a bird. We've established this. That's all we know, you know. But I knew the dream wasn't very compelling evidence, you know. So I did what I think anyone would do in that situation, and I Googled it. Right, like I Googled what I was feeling to see if it meant what I thought it meant. And one of the most important phrases that I Googled in those very early days was the phrase, "Am I transgender quiz?" And really, that quiz should have just been one question. Did you Google that just now? If yes, probably, you know. I do feel like I still retain like a little bit of a sort of male pattern search history, you know, because like I've got disparate interests now, you know, like I will Google Nikki tutorials, get ready with me, makeup challenge, hashtag makeup, hashtag challenge, followed immediately by Ronaldinho skills compilation 2003, and it's like, you know, both iconic in their own right, but rarely seen together actually. Both involve a rainbow flick. Who's that for? But as a result of this googling, of this male pattern googling, my cookies are fucked. Okay, like I'm getting ads for egg donation and Huel. Like no one is using both of those things. I feel like the reason that Google doesn't know what to do with me is because like technology now is not as good as was promised. Do you know what I mean? Like in the 80s, they thought by now we would have like the Terminator, you know, some really cool fucking robot, you know, like give me your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. That's a cool robot. But if we actually tried to make the Terminator today, it'd just be like, give me your clothes, your boots, and tell me how many of these squares contain a motorcycle. They don't all have to be good. Bit of light and shade, do you know what I mean? But listen, the internet is a double-edged sword, isn't it? You know, like all swords. It's a normal sword. Because, like, on the one hand, there is so much like amazing information out there, you know, and it's changed my life in all sorts of ways, certainly. But also, like, there are, you know, like crazy people out there, right? It's like whenever I post anything on social media, I will get strangers in the replies just saying the darndest things, okay? Like, I posted a clip of me just doing some very innocuous stand-up the other day, and this guy that I have never met commented underneath, and he said, "If you come near me, I'll castrate you." And I replied, "Oh no." Anything but exactly that. Read a book, sir. Come on. Save me $7 grand, why don't you? Fucking hell. But I actually went with a different doctor in the end. Went with a normal doctor. It was a generous offer, but with a normal guy. I met this doctor the first time. This doctor, you know, kind of managing my transition, and he talked to me about the hormones. He prescribed me estrogen, like the female hormone, very exciting, and he ran me through all the kind of side effects that I could expect once I started taking it. You know, he said, "Well, what this is going to do is this is really going to change the way that like fat is deposited around your body." And I said, "I know." And he said, "This is going to make you quite a lot more emotional." And I said, "I know." And then he said, "This can make you put quite a lot of exclamation marks in your emails." And I said, "I know." And then he said, basically, like the sum total of what this is going to do for you, right, is this is going to put you through like a second puberty. I'm like, "Don't worry, because you've already hit one puberty, so you'll be fine." And like, I understand sort of vaguely what he's getting at there, but like the issue is, I am 5'5". Like my male puberty did not hit me. It skimmed me at best, right? Like if puberty were a car and I were a pedestrian, I wouldn't sue. Very mild. Incredibly mild. But it is exciting to be. The other half of this conversation, obviously, with this doctor was about the surgery. And when I say surgery, I do mean, you know, bottom surgery. I think audiences tend to get a little bit squeamish when I start talking about bottom surgery on stage. I think the reason for that is that there's like a misconception about what that surgery actually is. You know, people assume that it's sort of like an amputation, but that's not what it is at all. What it is really is it's sort of more like advanced folding. Okay? It's like extreme origami, you know? So chill out, is the summary. But I'm in two minds about the surgery, you know, because like on the one hand, obviously, like it is, you know, it's very invasive, you know, lots of things can go wrong. But like also I just have like no positive feelings about what I currently have. And in trying to make up my mind about what to do, I turned to, I don't know if you guys know, Marie Kondo. But she says, quite wisely, I think, that if something does not spark joy, you should let it go. Does your penis spark joy? Mostly. Damning with faint praise, I fear. But no, it's important to find the things I think that spark joy. I think particularly when I came out, I felt like I had to kind of reevaluate all of the kind of hobbies that I enjoyed, because like, you know, whether they were still kosher to enjoy after transition. You know, like for example, I love the football. I'm a big fan of the football. Love it when they kick it in those goals. No, I do love the football. I'm a season ticket holder for Watford FC. Because someone has to be, don't they? Watford is a strange club. We play in yellow, so our nickname is the Hornets. So on our badge, there is a picture of a deer. But also, the guy drawing the badge didn't know what a deer looked like, so he accidentally drew a moose. And that is very much sums up Watford as a club and as a town. Just really quite shit. But I'm a big fan. I've been going with my brother for about 10 years, as I say, our season ticket holders. And I still go, and I still love it. You might be surprised to hear that. You know, you might think that I turn up on the terraces, and the lads would go, "Oh, why, you're gay?" And then I would go, actually, gender is to sexuality. What? Oh, I've been beaten to death. I've been just immediately beaten to death. But that's not what happens. That's not how it goes down, because the good people of Watford, am I right, do not care about your gender, your race, sexuality. They generally do not care about any of that. The only thing that matters to the good people of Watford is whether or not you are Luton scum. And I'm not Luton scum, so I'm fine. Like, weirdly, actually, I feel safer often at the football than I do at gigs. Because, like, I don't know for sure whether or not any of you are Luton scum. I mean, they can't read and they would not enjoy this, but, like, it is not illegal for them to be here, you know. Got to keep my eyes peeled. Another thing that sparks joy is I got to choose my own name. Very exciting. Not a lot of people get the opportunity to choose their own first name. Just me and Pitbull, actually. Only two people. Very exciting. Just me and Mr. Worldwide. Chose the name Dee. I didn't really give it that much thought, if I'm honest. Just sort of thought it sounded quite nice. And then I was having lunch with this friend of mine the other week, and she was talking about this guy that she's seeing. Right, and she was saying, well, let me just put it this way. I think tomorrow I'm going to be getting some D. And I was like, oh yeah, like my name. I could have called myself anything. But I am a trans woman who has chosen to call herself Cock. It's the one thing I was trying to avoid. It's a tough life. Obviously, I had a different name for the first 20, 24, 25 years of my life. I was a very different person. A different name, obviously, when I went to school. Fun fact about me, I actually went to an all-boys school. Or so they thought. Surprise! It's a strange place to go, an all-boys school, because when you get that many boys in one place, they do start to get a little bit weird. Like all the boys I went to school with, to them, everything was gay. Apart from things that were actually quite gay. Okay, so like big pile of sweaty men in tiny shorts, that's just rugby. But studying geography beyond GCSE? Pretty fucking gay, alright? That's just one step below sucking cock. Which itself, one step below French A-level. Of course, that is as gay as it gets. Enchanté. But I I feel like a single-sex school attracts quite an odd type of teacher. Well, like I had a history teacher who was so old he was a primary source. Just get talking about the First World War in the first person. Ooh, creepy guy. Also had a Spanish teacher who I didn't really rate as a teacher, right? Because he was not Spanish. He was just a man from Lancashire. Right? I think I learned very little Espanol from Senor Craig Foot. Whenever he spoke Spanish, he just sounded like he was trying to pick up women on the Costa del Sol, you know. He'd just be like, "Hola, me llamo Craig Foot. ¿Cuántos años tienes, señorita? 18, fantástico!" So, that's one for the linguists. Pretty highbrow. I also had an English teacher who was quite a right-wing guy, quite a right-wing English teacher, always going on about how, like, oh, you know, you can't say anything anymore, the woke left's gone too far, all this stuff. And this guy is now, and this is true, no longer a teacher, he is now a presenter on GB News. My old English teacher has become the unreliable narrator he was warning us about. It's a good joke, that. It's really, listen, you won't find many of those. But it's true. I often wonder what he would think of sort of me now and all of this stuff, because he's not a great person, I think. You know, Andrew Doyle. Just we'll edit that out. Andrew Doyle. Because listen, I don't want to make this about him. Just to be clear, Andrew Doyle is his name. This isn't about Andrew Doyle. You know, I you know, because like this is my show. It's not his, and also like, I don't want this to get back to him. You know, obviously Andrew Doyle, as I say. So I think I'll probably just leave the whole Andrew Doyle thing there. It's just the thing about Andrew Doyle, right? He has a particular thing about trans people. Right? Like he goes on his show every week and he says some new horrible thing about trans people, because he believes that you should be allowed to say whatever you like, whenever you like, with no consequences, particularly, it would seem, when you're talking about trans people. And all of that is very interesting, because Andrew Doyle was actually fired from my school for threatening to kill a child. I know. Now, that's not true. I simply made that up, but I just happen to believe that I should be allowed to say whatever I like, whenever I like, with no consequences, particularly when I'm talking about Andrew Doyle. So we'll see how that holds up in court, I guess. Cheers, Andy. Okay, right. Moving on. Obviously, like, I had to come out to all the friends that I made at this all-boys school, and I thought some of them might have seen it coming, you know, because I did study French A-level. But actually, they were very surprised, but also largely very supportive, which obviously was amazing. One of my friends did have quite the response to me coming out. Like, I did the whole thing, you know, I said, you know, I think deep down I've always been, you know, a trans woman. And he said, this is great, because now I have a female friend. That's going to be really helpful with the ladies. And I just said, mate, take a step back, okay? Every day I am taking hormones, I'm taking estrogen that are changing the shape of my body, they're changing my emotions, they're putting me through a second puberty. Right? And the reason that I'm doing that to myself is absolutely so that you can get laid. I mean, I may no longer be a man, but I'll be damned if I forget the lads, all right? I know where I came from, you know? Remember my roots. We're both going to get that pussy in very different ways. I think it's important, sort of, for the shape of the show, that I tell you about what the person that was here before this was like, the person that all these people knew beforehand. I think it's important that I share with you my dead name, mainly because I've called the show that, so I sort of have to now. My dead name, so the name my parents gave me when I was born, was Pitbull. Dale! No, it was Got that. The name my parents gave me was Danny, like on the birth certificate, Danny. Bit casual. Otherwise fine. The issue with me personally being called Danny is that I have, as I say, an older brother, and his name is Jack. Now, for those of you familiar with Cockney rhyming slang, you'll know this, but Jack and Danny means Fanny. My parents could have called me anything. Actually, someone came up to me recently and they said, do you think maybe your parents, they left your name there? There's a little clue. I said, who you are? And I said, no. Because my dad is not the Riddler, you know? Just slow down, you know? I was quite a big kid when I was Danny. I was quite a fat kid. And it's tough growing up as a fat kid. Like, I didn't have any self-esteem. And in hindsight, I know why that was. But at the time, I just put it down to where I looked to my weight, you know, because it is tough. Like, it changes your life. It sort of interrupts your life at every stage. Like when I was 11 years old, the big school play that year was Oliver Twist. And I really desperately wanted to be the star. I wanted to be Oliver Twist. But it is quite difficult to be a fat Oliver Twist. I mean, nothing is going to snap you out of that story. Like a chubby urchin. Please, sir, can I have some more? I think you've had quite enough there, Oliver. Fucking hell. How'd you even get that big on gruel, you know? I'm worried about the other kids. But it is tough growing up, you know, that size. Like, I remember about the same time, I went on holiday with my family. Went to this little resort, and I was walking around the side of this pool with my shirt off, right, as is traditional for the lads. And a boy about my age came up to me, and he said, oh, are you a boy or a girl? Now, imagine for a moment what must have gone through this child's mind. Okay, either A, there is a fat little boy walking around the side of this pool. B, there is a fully developed 3 foot tall woman with a tits out. Or C, he was the Riddler, you know? Tough to be sure. Actually, I stayed in touch with this kid. You know how, like, sometimes you, like, make friends with these kids your own age on these kind of holidays. I saw him recently. He actually fucks ghosts now. He's doing really, really well. Pretty good stuff. The thing that I think sticks out in my mind the most about growing up a bit bigger is I was about 14 and I went to the doctor's office. And the doctor took one look at me as I walked in and he said, oh, who's this jolly fellow? Now, to be described by a healthcare professional as medically jolly, like, that sticks with you, do you know what I mean? And it changed my life, that comment, because, like, I tried very hard to get a lot thinner very quickly. Like, I exercise, tried to eat right. I went to university and I tried to, like, reinvent myself as a person. Like, I tried to become, like, a whole new guy, but I still felt quite empty inside. So I was like, that's fine. I'll just reinvent my whole personality as well. So I dropped the NY from my name and just became Dan, because that's really fucking cool. And I took out stand-up comedy around this time. I thought I was kind of edgy. I'd always start my sets by leaving, like, a really, really long pause, because I thought it gave me gravitas, but actually just made me a bad comedian. hard to tell that apart sometimes. So I wasn't very happy. I was trying very hard to sort of become some kind of person that I could live with, right? And around the same time, I had my first, like, proper relationship. And in hindsight, this relationship, it was never going to work out, you know, because I was a woman and she was a harlot. So it's tough hard to square that, really, sometimes, I find. But what happened is I could feel it failing. I could feel my first relationship failing. And I did what I think anyone would do in that situation. And I tried to make, like, a big, grand romantic gesture to, like, win my girlfriend at the time back. Right, now something important to know about my girlfriend at the time is that she was Kurdish. Now the Kurds, for those of you that don't know, they're like an ethnic group. They live in quite a volatile part of the world. Geographically, they're split between Turkey, Syria, Iraq, and Iran, which is a bit like mixed up between a rock and a hard place. And Iraq and Iran. It's a tough place to be, but they're very proud people, the Kurds, very proud of their own culture, and particularly of their own language. So what I thought I would do, as a big, grand, romantic gesture, is spend 6 months of my life learning Kurdish. So I could go and surprise her with a little speech in her mother tongue. Pretty romantic, right? So, like, I throw myself into it. I buy all these Kurdish books and films. I watch a documentary called Freedom is Beautiful. It's amazing. I always get really into, like, Kurdish cuisine. They have this thing that they put on everything. It's called saffron. You guys probably haven't heard of it, but it wasn't really going in, because it is so hard to learn a language from scratch, right? And in the end, what really turned it around for me was I found this man online called Kamal, who was offering like Kurdish tutoring. And Kamal helped me put together this little speech. I go over to her house on Christmas Day, and I say the first line of this speech, which was "Tatwanam sabkam barek ikurdi," which means I have been learning a little bit of Kurdish. Okay, I go up to her and I say, "Tatwanam sabkam barek ikurdi." And she looks at me, I'll never forget this. She looks at me and she says, "What?" So I say, "Datwanam sabkam barayak I Kurdi." She says, "What?" So I say, "Datwanam sabkam barayak I Kurdi." And she says, "Are you feeling all right?" So I say, "No." Because it turns out that Kamal has taught me a very specific dialect of Kurdish, which is not mutually intelligible with the very normal kind of Kurdish that my girlfriend speaks at home. Kamal, my brother, betrayed me. Da kid bekeran degem, Kamal. Any Kurds in? No? They wouldn't have understood that anyway. It's tough. I told my current girlfriend about this. She doesn't like being called that. And she said, "Why haven't you ever done anything so romantic for me?" And I thought that I should. Something important to know about my girlfriend is that she is from Yorkshire. Now, Yorkshire, if you don't know, they're like an ethnic group. They live in quite a volatile part of the world. Geographically, they're split between Hull, Doncaster, Sheffield, and Leeds, which is a bit like we're sort of doing a rock and a hard place. And Sheffield and Leeds. It's a tough place to be, but they're very proud people, the Yorkshire, very proud of their own culture, and particularly of their own language. So what I thought I would do, as a big, grand, romantic gesture, is spend 6 months of my life learning Yorkshire. So I could go and surprise her with a little speech in her mother tongue. Pretty romantic, right? So I throw myself into it. I buy all these Yorkshire books and films. I watch this documentary called Emmerdale. It's amazing. I get really into Yorkshire cuisine. They have this thing that they put on everything. It's called gravy. You guys probably haven't heard of it, but it wasn't really going in, because it is so hard to learn a language from scratch, right? And in the end, what really turned it around for me was I found this man online called John, who's offering Yorkshire tutoring. And John, helped me put together this little speech. I go over to her house on Christmas Day, and I say the first line of this speech, which was, Hey up, love, what's for us tea? She says, and I'll never forget this, she says, fuck off, I don't fucking sound like that. And one day, I hope to learn what that means. It is just such a beautiful language, but ultimately unknowable. She's a great lady, my girlfriend. She's a mixed race, northern, working class woman. So between the two of us, there's not a box that we don't tick. I mean, really, we actually just got Arts Council funding to remodel our bathroom. Very excited. Really big year for us in Starmer's Britain. It's going really well. She's a great lady. We've been going out quite a long time now. We've been going out for about 6 years. Hold your applause. Fucking hell. Thought you guys were allies. Come on. We'll edit the applause in, don't worry. We'll manufacture some consent, don't worry. 6 years, a long time to be going out for 6 years. It's too late. We can't edit that out, it's too late. But my girlfriend has stayed with me through my whole transition. Right? That's a longer amount of time than I have been out as trans. So like that's amazing. Like to have someone show you that kind of love, like that kind of support. Like I know that I will always owe her for that, of course. But what that also means is that I can never break up with her now. Like, I don't want to, but I can't. Like, what am I gonna say? You've changed? I've got no lines. It's bullshit. She's a great lady. She's quite an anxious person, my girlfriend. She's got like medically diagnosed anxiety, which is sort of tough enough as it is. But what makes it even more stressful is that our dog also has anxiety. And that's ridiculous. Like, that's insane. Like, someone recently said, because like it's ruining our lives. Like, we're not sleeping. It's really sort of tough. We can't leave the house, that kind of thing. Someone recently said, have you ever considered maybe just giving your dog just a little bit of weed? Just a little bit of marijuana? Just take the edge off, you know? Take the edge off that anxiety. And it's a good thought. I mean, just look what it did for Scooby-Doo. I mean, solved all of those mysteries. But unfortunately, marijuana, weed just makes me more anxious, which is very much the opposite of what it's supposed to do. And you cannot have drugs doing the opposite of what they're supposed to do. Like, imagine if cocaine made you really unwilling to start a small business. We wouldn't have Peloton, you know? Like, it's not a life worth living. But it is tough having an anxious dog. There's all sorts of things that set off this dog's anxiety. The biggest one is men. Am I right, ladies? We'll edit that out. No, she's afraid or unsure about all men. It turns out that's quite a lot of people. And have you guys seen this? I'm having fun. But no, it is tough having a dog that's anxious around all men, because like it always used to come between us, me and this dog, obviously. And then I came out, I transitioned, started taking these hormones, and almost overnight, my dog was like, "Oh, who is she?" And was suddenly all like cuddly and affectionate in a way that she just absolutely was not beforehand. And it's a very surreal experience to be affirmed by an animal. Because, like, they don't know what it means. You know, like, they're not trying to be polite. They're not trying to be rude. They're not trying to be anything, you know, because dogs are fundamentally undaunted by the woke left. And good on them for that, you know. I appreciate it is a lot of trans material in this show, a lot of stuff about being transgender. Even when you think it is going to be about a dog, it does then veer back to being about being trans. So... And as we established at the beginning, you know, I know that, you know, some of you are trans, but most of you are cisgender, and I don't want any of you to feel like you haven't been sort of fairly represented. You know, I don't want any of you sissies to feel like this show is not for you. So what I like to do around this time of the show, just make sure that everyone feels seen and heard, is just a little bit of cisgender comedy. Okay, cool. Okay, cisgender comedy. Here we go. It goes there. Cisgender comedy. Here we go. So like a. What's the deal with trans people? Anyway, that's just cisgender comedy. That's what you people like, isn't it? In your arenas. Anyway, tucking. Back to the trans stuff. Tucking. That is the transition. Tucking. Listen, if you want good transitions, you got to pay for them. I should know. It's good stuff. Tugging is a very important thing for my people, for trans women. If you can't guess what tucking is, I'm going to give you 2 seconds to imagine what it could possibly be. You're absolutely goddamn right. That is what it is. I had to tuck recently for the first time because I was going on holiday. I was wearing a swimsuit by the pool, wanted to look nice and tucked, which meant I had to go through the stages of tucking. Now, sir, you won't need me to explain to you the stages of tucking. The first is, of course, say it with me, shaving your ball sack. Thank you so much. The entire sack, and for the ball sacked among you, you'll know that shaving an entire ball sack, quite the Sisyphean task, isn't it? Like, you think you've got one area locked down. You move the skin around, suddenly there's more. Like a magician putting handkerchiefs out of his mouth. It's like trying to shave a fractal. And if you slip, you die. It's a tough thing to do. It's a tough ask, but I did the whole thing. I crouched over the bathroom mirror. And then I got some tape. And also some white tack. I would have used blue tack, but I didn't want to lose my deposit. And then I attached just something for the renters. And then I attached my penis to my, for lack of a better word, anus. Now, when you become a closed circuit like that, it really does become crystal clear that you should have peed beforehand. Where's it gonna go? I realised this almost immediately. I was out by the pool feeling good. Realised almost immediately I had to pee, so I walked very sheepishly back to my hotel room. I untaped it, and it unfurled like one of those inflatable guys outside a second-hand car dealership. Bet you wish my dad were dead now. And then I peed, I retaped, we go again. Because that's very much the trans spirit, we go again. Because there are obstacles that we face in our lives. Tucking, probably one of the more minor ones. There are bigger ones out there. The biggest one, I think, in this country certainly is the wait list. The wait list to get healthcare for a trans person in the UK is pretty crazy. Currently, there's one sort of adult clinic in London, the southeast. Last month, they saw for the first time 18 new patients, and the waiting list is currently 30,000 long. So if you sign up today, you can expect to be seen for a first appointment in about 36 years. Now, I'm not a man of science. I'm not even a man. Very much the message of this show. But 36 years feels like too long. Really, I feel like, any, parents if you want to be responsible parents, you should be signing your children up to this wait list from birth, ideally, just in case, like a Liverpool season ticket or something, Actually, that joke doesn't really work, because the waiting list for a Liverpool season ticket, only 20 years. Ideally, if that joke to work properly, the thing that I compare it to would be like even longer, like comically longer. So in order to try and improve the joke, I googled what is the longest waiting list in the world, and the longest waiting list in the world is the NHS transgender healthcare waiting list. So, congratulations to everyone involved. You've broken comedy. Really appreciate the effort that's gone in there. I'm very lucky. I'm very, very lucky that I get my hormones privately, because as I say, my parents do have a hot tub. Very lucky. Very fortunate. Very lucky. and I am very lucky because that has changed my life in all sorts of amazing ways. You know, because I think back to the person that I was, to what it was like inside my brain when I didn't know yet, or when I did know but I wasn't out, and it wasn't fun. Okay, like I think the best way I can describe it is it felt like living in Luton. You know, like technically there are worse places to live, but also nothing to live for, you know? But that was my life. That was my sort of routine, and obviously that had an impact on me. Like before I realised that I was trans, before I had a sort of outlet for all of those feelings, I funneled them into sort of less fun places. Like I sort of became obsessed with like euthanasia. I found it really interesting, like the idea that like the state could consent for someone to die. You know, obviously Switzerland, far and away the most famous country in Europe, to have euthanasia. And I think that because they are so far and away the most famous, the Swiss, I think that we forget that they do it in a very Swiss way. Like what happens if you go to Switzerland, if you go to Dignitas, what they do is they give you a piece of chocolate that kills you. That is so fucking Swiss, all right? Like, the only more Swiss way of doing it would be looking the other way while a Nazi shoots you in the head. That's the only more Swiss way. Too soon? Grow up, I think. But there is something classy about the chocolate. That's a very classy way of doing it. Just imagining the Lindt master chocolatier whipping up a batch of death chocolate. You know, it's pretty good. I don't think we'd be so classy in this country. I think if we ever had euthanasia in this country, I think that we would just give you a sausage roll full of rat poison, I think. Or in the US, they would just send you to like high school, whatever. Just like whatever's... You feel that? That's the line. We found it, people. But anyway, so that was sort of my headspace that I was in. And then I came out. I transitioned, I started taking these hormones, and it changed my life amazingly for the better. I can't even express to you how much better it is. Having said that, it's also absolutely been the hardest thing that I've ever had to do. Because, like, when I came out to my mum, you know, my girlfriend, all these people, like, they also just, they cried quite a lot. Like, my mum cried, my dad cried, girlfriend cried. My dog was delighted. Largely, they cried. And I can understand why, I think, because they were having to say goodbye to this whole person that they didn't see anything wrong with, that they loved unconditionally, you know. Suddenly I'm turning around saying, well, he's not going to be here anymore. And of course that's tough, and I understand that. But what that means is that I felt like I couldn't go on without transitioning, but they couldn't sort of handle it. Like they couldn't be happy with it, and I couldn't be happy if they're not happy. So it's like a catch-22, you know. It's actually exactly like catch-22. I assume it's also about trans women. I haven't read it, and I'm not going to. But it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do without question. I think what made it particularly hard is I didn't feel like I liked him at all, like the person I didn't want anything to do with him at all, but they were so closely connected to him, and it was I couldn't make that sort of work. So I think now, like a couple of years later, I think I'm trying really hard to give him sort of what he's due, you know, and I'm trying to love him as best I can. I think what I really want is if I could just reach out back to him just once, just to say, hey, it's going to be okay. I love you. I think that would have made a real difference. Because I think if he'd known that, if he'd felt that sooner, then maybe it wouldn't have taken so long to figure it all out, you know. But I can't tell him that, because he is gone. I guess this is a show about losing someone after all. Pretty good. So where do I go from here? You know, how do I how do I move on from this? I think the first thing that I can do genuinely is this show. I think putting all this on stage, turning it into comedy, dare I say art, comedy, I think is really helpful both for me but also for like everyone in my life that knew me before, to come and see me, to come and see the person that I imagine, see that person up on stage, being proud, being confident. I think that's really, really valuable. So thank you all for coming and for laughing. You fixed my life. Cheers. But also I think what I can do is if I can just become like the best person I can possibly, if I can become the person from that dream, I think that would really help. And I've thought a lot about what that person is like, about what that person is. And I think eventually the kind of person that I want to be is I want to be a mum. Right? Like I think I'd make a really good mum. You know, like my kids, they could like brag about me to the other kids, you know. They could be like, oh, you know, my mum's cooler than your mum, you know. My mum's got a bigger penis than your mum. But I'm taking these hormones, as I say, taking estrogen, and one of the side effects of estrogen, one of the drawbacks, is that it affects your fertility. Right? So before I started taking it, I went to go and freeze some sperm so I could still have, you know, biological children later on. And the first issue with this was that I didn't know, as a trans woman going to the sperm clinic, how much makeup to wear. I mean, who am I trying to fool, you know? The answer, finish it, light coverage, nude lip. Just a little tip for the ladies. You won't find that in Vogue. But I went to the place, went to a little sperm clinic, and everyone who worked there was very nice. You know, they give me the little jar, and then I filled out this form. Right, and one of the things that it says on this form is, in the event that you don't use your sample, would you like to add it to the donation pool? To which I thought, what a horrible, sticky pool. Why would they do it like that, you know? But also, yes, I mean, what fun. I did take yes on the form generally because, like, you know, firstly, very exciting. But also, the other reason I take is because imagine, for a moment, if you will, a lesbian couple obviously can't conceive on their own, so they seek out a sperm donor. You know, one of the mothers carries the child to term, but they are both equally mothers, you know, parents to this child. And this child just grows up with just so much love, with just such an amazing family. But then they turn 18, and they think to themselves, you know, I do want to know. I want to know where I come from. I want to know about my biological father. So they look them up. And it's me. 3 mums. I'm as left-wing as they come, but that is too many mums. We've got to do something about these mums. So anyway, I tick yes on the form for the material alone, and then I take the little jar, right, and I go into this room, this tiny little room in this sperm clinic, this little sort of wank cube. Okay. That's just for me. And it's a stressful room to begin with, but what makes it even more stressful is that on the wall of this very, very small room, there is a giant clock counting down. Why would you do that to me, you know? Like, I don't want to wait around to find out what happens when this clock hits 0, you know? I mean, send out the dick-sucking robot, presumably, right? Don't touch me, okay. But also, thank you for coming. But also what this clock does, we'll cut that out. What this clock does is it sets out the amount of time that this whole thing should apparently take, right? And then judges you quite harshly against that, which means I imagine the staff who work there must have a leaderboard. And that is not the kind of leaderboard that I want to top, all right? I don't want to come out after 30 seconds with a full jar. Put a bit of my picture up on the wall or something. Me and the kids. All right. So I did the deed in what I hoped was a normal amount of time, mid-table finish. And then actually, I found myself suddenly in quite a bizarre situation, honestly, quite an emotional situation, because I found myself holding in the palm of my hand all the biological children that I could ever have. Because I missed the jar. I came in my hand. Cool. It's just on the same page. We're nearly there. Thank you all so much for coming. This has been really fun. This one now is the last time I'm ever going to do any of those jokes, so that's very special. And thank you for laughing at them, even if you may have heard them before, if you're a personal friend of mine. But thank you very much. And I feel like this show has done its job. Like about Dee, you know about Danny, you know about Dan, you know about the mum that I want to sort of eventually become that person. So like the identity show, tick. Maybe next year I can go back all with the show about being a mum, about what that's been like. Or fingers crossed, my dad will finally be dead. Really just ticking down the days. But you guys have been absolutely lovely. My name is Cock. Thank you very much. So, puberty. That sounds like it's going to be tough.